I'm going to do the hand motions for the art movement song that I made up. And this is in the art history card game that I'm selling on my blog to help my friend Amanda Chapman's adoption. So the art history song hand motions, you're going to start with prehistoric. You're just going to throw your spear. So prehistoric, and then Egyptian, you're going to turn and look this way or look to any side, but keep your body flat because the Egyptians did a lot of artwork with the full front but then the side, like profile. So you're going to go prehistoric, Egyptian, Greek. You're going to put your weight on one leg because they invented contrapposto, which is just fancy for weight shifted on one leg. So prehistoric, Egyptian, Greek, Roman, you're going to make like this for the Colosseum, and then you can talk about that, Roman, and then Gothic, put my hands back here because a lot of the artists did the halos for saints or for holy people. Also for Gothic, if you don't want to do that, in the book, The Annotated Mona Lisa, which is the book that I use to make the art cards, that's my main resource. For Gothic, it talked a lot about the cathedrals. So if you want to do that instead of the halo, you could certainly do that. So we have prehistoric, Egyptian, Greek, Roman, Gothic. Early, you're going to go like this, and you're going to talk about perspective because the Renaissance was when they invented perspective. So you have your hands coming together at a point, like that's the vanishing point. So early, high, and then make a triangle because they also did, they used geometry in their compositions, and they used the triangle a lot, the Mona Lisa, School of Athens, a lot of that. So early, high, and then just point to the north, northern, Renaissance. And on Renaissance, you're going to touch your boot because the Renaissance began in Florence, Italy. So that'll help you remember where the Renaissance began. So we have prehistoric, Egyptian, Greek, Roman, Gothic, early, high, and northern, Renaissance. And then we have mannerism. And in mannerism, according to the Annotated Mona Lisa, they used elongated figures, so you're going to make your fingers longer. And then they also kind of twisted, the artist drew the human forms kind of twisted unnecessarily. So we're going to go mannerism, like this, and then Baroque, and that's for Vermeer's painting, The Girl with the Pearl Earring. Let's go mannerism, Baroque, Rococo, like the like Louis XIV, or the ringlets, just to show that it was a time of opulence. And the Rococo style has very tendril-like curves, very decorative, so Rococo. And then for Neoclassicism, we have two movements. And you're going to go, first you go like this, and that is to show David's The Oath of the Horatii. That's like the most famous neoclassical artwork. So you go Neoclassicism. It looks kind of silly, but it's pretty fun to do. And you're doing this for David's picture, The Death of Marat, which happened during the French Revolution. So you're putting in some history into your art movement song to help you or your child, your student, remember that this is where we are right now in history. We're at the French Revolution. So you have Neoclassicism, Romanticism. You reach up. I know it's kind of like a cheerleader or whatever, but this is to show the Raft of the Medusa, which is one of the big romantic artworks that's kind of started the romantic movement, the Raft of the Medusa. So you're kind of reaching up, and the art cards, it shows that picture of that detail. So you have mannerism, Baroque, Rococo, Neoclassicism, Romanticism. And then you take a little break and you sing Art History is Fun and do the Carlton a lot, and it's kind of silly, but it's fun to do, and it makes it, you know, just kind of something silly and fun with your family. So after Romanticism, Realism, you're going to kind of act like you're one of the gleaners in the realism movement, and so you're gonna like kind of bend down and like pick up some weight and make a real kind of ugly face, like it's really hard work, because it was. You go realism, impressionism, and go like this, like a sunrise, because the impressionist movement took its name from Monet's picture called Impressionism Sunrise. So you're going to go realism, impressionism, fauvism. You're going to kind of come in and go out like fireworks. Fauvism was just a big explosion of color. So realism, impressionism, fauvism, and then come back in, expressionism. That's when artists wanted to express themselves, obviously the name, so you point to yourself, like you're expressing what's inside you. And then cubism, just kind of do this. I can't make a cube really, but I just kind of do this, cubism. And then Dada, because that was really called kind of like anti-art. Dada was. It was just a crazy reaction to the First World War. So just go Dada, be silly with it, Dada. And then De Still, you take your face, this is my daughter's favorite, you take your face and you kind of wrap it up and then you throw it away. Because what I have for De Still is a picture from Mondrian, the composition, one of the composition pictures, and he was all about removing all emotion from art and just stripping it down to pure, strict, severe geometry, geometric shapes. And so you take the emotion out of it, so you take your face and take your emotion and you throw it away and just focus on shapes. So that's why we do that. So you have cubism, Dada, De Still, throw. And then surrealism, you kind of take a little dream, because it was very dream-oriented. Dali, one of the famous surrealists, it's said that he would look at a blank canvas before going to sleep. He would just stare at it, and then when he woke up, he would try to paint what he saw in his dreams. So you go surrealism. Art Deco is you make the Chrysler Building. Art Deco. Abstract art, you can pretend to be Jackson Pollock and have your paintbrush and kind of, just kind of splatter on the ground. I do a figure 8. Abstract art, you can talk about that with your child or student. And then pop art, you just come in and pop up. And be sure to say that jumping has nothing to do with pop art, but I just can't think of anything better. And you're popping up, and so pop art is referring to popular culture art. So pop art, and then postmodern, just kind of go postmodern. That's the end. We sang the art movements, my friend, and just be excited because you're done. So we'll try it from the middle. So you have realism, impressionism, fauvism, expressionism, cubism, Dada, De Still, surrealism, Art Deco, abstract art, pop art, postmodern. That's the end. We sang the art movements, my friend. So I hope this helps. When you do it with the music, if you look, I have a link to my blog or to another video that has the song, and it's the tune We Didn't Start the Fire, and it goes really fast. But it's a lot of fun to do and just to practice, and each time you practice it, you're learning the art movements. And my daughter, who is 5, loves this song, and she almost has them all down. And it's really catchy, of course, because it's to the famous Billy Joel song. And if you sing it enough, it becomes true. She wrote Art History is Fun. So that's what we want. We just want them to have fun and learn about art. And thank you so much.